So to start a new project, what you need to do is come up here to the iMovie menu bar and click on File, New Project. What that'll do is it'll open up this tab here that allows you to name your project, change the aspect ratio, so if you know what the aspect ratio of your footage is, or even the pictures that you're going to add to your project, you want to change it accordingly. It also gives you the option to choose a theme that comes with iMovie. So if you want to add some type of cool, fun theme to your project, you can click on any one of these themes and it'll start your project using that selected theme. Finally, you can also automatically add a transition. Now what that does is whatever video or picture you add to your project, it's going to automatically add one of these transitions in between each of the videos or pictures that you've added to your project. So just by clicking there, you will automatically add that. So as soon as you've decided what you want to do with all of these things, all you need to do is hit create, and a new project has now been started. And you can see down here in your project an empty timeline ready for you to add video and pictures to your project. So now if you want to import videos to your project, there's a couple ways to do that. The first way is if you have a camera plugged into your computer. So if you have a camera plugged into your computer, what you want to do is come up here to File, and down here it says Import from Camera. And if you click there, it'll automatically find the camera that's plugged into your computer. And now you have a few options of what you can do to add the footage from that camera to your project. So here it has both these clips on the camera selected. So if I want to just add one of those clips, I can just unclick on one of them and just add the clip that I want to add to my project. If you want to view one of your video clips before you add it, you can click on it and hit play here and play that video back before you add it to your project. So that's just an easy way to see if that clip is one of the videos that you want to add to your project. If you have a lot of videos on your camera and you want to quickly uncheck all of those videos, you can click here and it'll uncheck all those videos. In this case though, we're going to import these videos, so we're going to make sure they're both clicked and we're going to hit import all. What that's going to do now is open up a new tab where you can choose where on your computer you want to save this information. What it's also going to do is have you create a new event, and you can name this event according to the videos that are on your camera. If this is a certain project name or it's footage that you want to remember in the future, you can name that event so that you can remember it in the future. You also have this option to analyze for stabilization after import. Now what this means is basically when you import your video, if you have any shaky footage, you can have iMovie analyze that footage as soon as it's imported so that it can fix any of those really shaky images. I would suggest not doing that though, because it does take longer to import video clips, and you can always do that after you've imported it into iMovie. And finally, you have the option to choose the size that you want to import that video. I would suggest just doing the original size, because that way it's not compressed in any way and it looks exactly how it was shot on the camera. As soon as you've changed this information to how you want it, you can hit import. As soon as you hit import, what you're going to see down here is each clip getting imported into your iMovie project. And you can see by this progress bar, and that's letting you know that that footage is getting imported into your project. As soon as your footage has finished importing, you'll actually see underneath the clips these words imported, just letting you know that that footage has been imported into your project. You'll also see this import complete tab pop up, and it actually tells you how long it took to import that footage. So if you hit OK, you can now hit done on this import window, and you'll now see your footage up here in the viewer that you've imported into your project. And you'll also see here that that new event has been created, and that's where your footage lives. So that's how you import video from a camera. Another way to import video is by selecting video that's already saved on your computer. So to import footage that's already on your computer, all you need to do is come up here to File, hit Import Movies. And that's going to open up a tab that will allow you to find on your computer where those video clips are. So in this case, I'm going to go find the video clip that I want to add into my project. So as soon as I've found those video clips that I want to add, what I can do is select one of those video clips, or I can select as many of the video clips as I want to add to my project. And as soon as I've selected those clips that I want to add to my project, once again, I have the choice of either creating a new event, if it happens to be new footage, or I can add it to that existing event that was already created over here in my iMovie project. Once again, I can also choose original size, and then here I have the option of either copying those files over to my iMovie project folders, or if I click here, it's going to move those files from this location on my computer over to the iMovie projects folder. So what I would suggest doing is copying the files over. That way this footage always lives here and you always know where to find it. So as soon as you've made the changes to this information, once again, all you need to do is hit import. And here you'll see this tab pop up that says optimizing video, and you'll see the progress that your video is making by this progress bar here. As soon as it finishes, you'll see here in your viewer that it's now been updated with those new clips that you've now added from your computer. And over here you can see that a new event wasn't created, but that these clips were added to that same event that we had previously created for these clips here. And now you can go ahead and start using these clips and adding them to your project so that you can start editing right away. There are also two other ways of importing videos into your iMovie projects, and I'm going to briefly explain what those are. If you come up here to File and Import, you'll see Camera Archive and iMovie HD Project. Now, Camera Archive, when you plug in a camera into your computer and you go to import the footage to iMovie, you have the option of archiving or backing up that footage onto your computer. So instead of actually importing it into iMovie, you can actually back it up, and then you can import that video later with those camera archive folders. And then you also have iMovie HD Project, which is basically a project that you edited in iMovie HD. And if you want to add that project that you created in iMovie HD, you can now add that project into iMovie 9 or iMovie 11, for example. And finally, the last thing is adding pictures to your projects. So to add a picture to your project, all you need to do is come over to this camera icon here and click on it. What that's going to do is show you all the pictures that are inside iPhoto on your computer, and they'll be organized exactly how they're organized in iPhoto as well. And then you can go ahead and just select any of those images that you want to add to your project. So if you want to add just one picture, you can click and drag that one picture over into your project. And if you want to add more than one picture at one time, all you need to do is select on multiple pictures at once and click and drag those pictures into your project. And just like that, you've added video and pictures to the new project that you've created. And that's a tutorial video on how to create a new project, import video, and add pictures.